What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with the review for VH1's Family Reunion Love and Hip Hop Edition, you guys. This is season 2. This is episode 6, you guys. And now, before we go ahead and jump into this review, if you guys are watching this channel, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date, having me foot the bill at the end of it. Do me a big favor by liking the video, subscribe to my channel, turning on your post notifications, and sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, you guys, let's discuss VH1's Family Reunion Love and Hip Hop Edition, shall we? Also, the name of the episode was The Other Woman, you guys. Stupid name, stupid title name, but hey, let's discuss it, shall we? All right, guys, so in this episode, we open up and we see Marcus and Brook. They're hanging out, look like they're by the pool, right? And then they're joined by Booby and Sin. So they're gonna be having brunch with each other, right? So we all know the history between Booby, Marcus, and Brook, right? We all know that, what season was that of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood? I forgot. But you guys remember, Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, they had this storyline that Brook was supposed to be trying to get with Booby, but remember, Marcus got jealous of the situation. Booby and Marcus had beef with each other. Isn't this around the same? Yep, it was. Because this was when Keisha Cole was actually still on the show. Actually, this was Keisha Cole's only season on the show. I remember that. That was season number 4. Because I remember Keisha Cole was telling Booby if he wanted to, because she knew that him and Brook were friends. If that's what he wanted, go for it, right? But Booby and Marcus have made up with each other, right? So, Booby. What was I talking about? Booby. So he was talking about, you guys remember, she kind of had the bonfire in the last episode, right? And the bonfire was basically for them to, I guess address people that they may have had issues with, right? So Booby said that he wanted to have a conversation with Marcus. But then he tells Marcus that, he appreciates him and Brook together. I was like, okay, if you say so. Who am I to judge, right? So then, they talk about Sin and how Sin came to the bonfire, right? Sin came to the bonfire completely different than what she was the previous night before. And she explains what happened the night before. You guys remember the night before, that was when Cisco pulled her to the side to have a conversation with her. But instead of having a conversation with her, he literally sat there and made that whole situation be about her playing in his face. So she told him about that, right? And Brook was like, no, he didn't. Yes, he did. And I'm still confused as to why he did. I'm still hella confused. Like I said in last week's review, unless Sin came on this show and said to Cisco, or before that, hey, we can go on this family reunion show. We can see where things take us, right? Now, if she had said something like that, I would definitely understand him feeling played. But from what I'm seeing and from what I'm gathering, I don't think Sin gave him any kind of flavor to let him know that there is a possibility of something between him and Sin. So whatever, right? So then we see Stevie J. So Stevie J, he's in his room. He got his guitar. He's playing on the guitar. He got all his studio set up, right? And despite what people, and it's so interesting when it comes to Stevie J, right? Stevie J has worked with he's worked with Puff, he's worked with Biggie, he's worked with Faith. Like, Stevie he's worked with Eve, he dated Eve. Like, Stevie got hits under his belt, right? But Stevie's brand has really been tarnished when he joined Love and Hip Hop. And I'm not even gonna sit here and blame it on the show, because it's also Stevie as well. Stevie came on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta season 1 and made a joke of himself, especially with the whole Mimi situation and Jocelyn situation. And then that just continued to play out over the years. So Stevie is his own worst enemy, right? So Stevie asked Peter, how, I saw Tara and Amina was here, right? How did you make that happen, right? And, Peter says that him, Tara, and Amina are in a good space. Yeah, because y'all sister wives at this point, so of course y'all gonna be good, right? But Peter says that he got a wake up call when his mom sat down with him and told him that his kids, they're gonna be grown one day and they're gonna watch back and see how you treated their mother. Here's the thing that I have an issue with, right? Peter has older kids. Peter, I think, if I'm not mistaken, actually I'm not mistaken, I know I'm right. Peter has kids around my age. Peter has kids that are my age. So you didn't learn that lesson years ago when you were out having kids with different women. You didn't learn that lesson years ago, Peter. You just learned that lesson with your younger batch of kids. Some people learn lessons later in life, but I'm just like, that lesson, you learned it later. And like I said, I know you have kids that are my age. You do, because we saw your son on one season of Love and Hip Hop. So yeah, Peter. Okay. But if you got that wake up call, if that's when you got your wake up call, cool, right? So Stevie says that, things are good with him, right? He says things are good with Eva and Bonnie. He never said that things were good between Mimi and Jocelyn, which we know him and Jocelyn. It's been a while though since I've saw Jocelyn on the blogs talking about Stevie. I think once Jocelyn got with Ballistic Beats, I think once Jocelyn got with him, that she got into a happy, healthy relationship, and she was just able to leave Stevie where he is. Well, what, she did have an issue last year, right? Was it last year or was it 2020 when she was in the blog talking about him and Faith? So, but I mean, since then we ain't really heard nothing from Jocelyn. So Stevie is telling Peter that, with this whole family reunion thing, he got an email from Jonathan, and he didn't get it from, the queen, Mimi. Well, Stevie, are you in? Here's the thing. Is Stevie and Mimi in a good place? Like, I just wonder that. Like, I really wonder because I mean, current day, we know that Mimi is now re-engaged to Ty, which congratulations to Mimi and Ty, right? We all know that Ty has said, Stevie J was a camera father, right? And when I say camera father, she said that Stevie J literally was around Eva for the show. That's gonna be... It is what it is, you guys. But yeah, he feels some type of way that Jonathan sent him the email instead of Mimi. Who sent you the email was VH1. But hey, let's play that game. So we're gonna move on, you guys. All right, you guys. So then we see that they've split up for the day, right? So the men are doing one activity and the ladies are doing another, right? So the men, they are jet skiing, paddle boating, they're doing all that stuff. So they're out on the water. And then the women, they are doing a spa day. And this is something that Mimi set up. And with the men, Marcus set that up for them, right? And that looked fun, right? I want to go paddleboarding. I want to go, jet skiing and all that stuff. I really want to do that. I want to do that at least once in my life. If I go to Miami, if I go to Miami or somewhere in California, it's going to get done. So the women, they were doing, like I said, they were doing the spa. So what they were doing they were doing the yoni steam. These are some interesting events that they're doing for a family reunion. But yeah, they're doing that, right? So Amina, she was sitting by Mimi and she was sitting by Tara, right? So she's asking Tara and Mimi, like, what do you guys do when you haven't had sex in a while, but you want to have sex, but you don't want to go out and necessarily try to find someone to have sex with? Mimi says, my boyfriend is in my dresser right now. Talking about her vibrator. She says, well, I do have toys, right? But sometimes they can get a little, sometimes the toys can, be a hit or a miss. And then Sin was in there, she says, have you ever been with a girl? And she says, I've experimented with girls. Maybe that's what you and Peter should have done with Tara. Because, and I'm not being funny, but I'm just saying, because he went back and forth between Tara and Amina. Why don't y'all just literally come together and be what we call y'all now, the sister wives? That probably, but I think but you know what though, if they hadn't done that, Peter wouldn't have liked it. Peter would not have liked it. Peter pegs me as the type of guy that I want to do what I want to do on the side, and I don't want y'all to do anything with each other. That is literally what Peter gives me. Peter does not give me the vibe that he would want to share with each other. So I don't think it would have worked, right? So then we see the guys, they sit down, right? So Marcus asks Safaree, so how are things right now between you and Erica? So Safaree says, right now with me and Erica, things are good. You know, this is the best that we've been all year. Bullshit, Safaree. You and Erica at this point are literally playing in our faces. And honestly, you guys, I'm irritated with it. I'm annoyed with it. Like, it's just stupid at this point, right? We've gone through Love and Hip Hop season 10 with this shit. That is one of the reasons that I stopped reviewing season 10 of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, because I just couldn't continue to deal with Erica and Safaree playing in my face. Like, it was one thing when Kirk and Rashida would play in our face for years, right? But that would be, at some point that would be entertaining. But then it got to the point where it wasn't so entertaining with Kirk and Rashida. But with those two, we had a good key with those two because we knew that shit was fake. And with Erica and Safaree, we know that this shit is fake as well, right? But it's not a good key for me. I can't laugh because you got this volatile person in Erica, and then you got Safaree, who's an ass clown. I can't laugh at an ass clown and a Tasmanian devil. Now I can laugh at two people I didn't mean to spit you guys. I can laugh at Kirk and Rashida because there is literally nothing serious about Kirk and Rashida, right? There is nothing serious about their storylines. And there's nothing serious about Kirk and Rashida's. I mean, not Kirk and Rashida. There's nothing serious about Eric and Safaree's. But the difference between Eric and Safaree is, like I said, he's a clown. She's a Tasmanian devil. Rashida was just meek. Kirk was just gonna lie to you and gaslight you, and that's what the shit I could laugh at. These two is just not is not fun for me. So then Peter's old ass. This is going back to what I said just a minute ago about Peter, right? So Peter, he's talking about how, he's still working on being monogamous. Peter, aren't you well into your 50s? Like, Peter is well into his 50s and you're still working on monogamy. But he feels like, he's had good people in his life. He just messed it up. Peter, you're too fucking old, right? You are too fucking old for this shit. You are in your 50s. So what you gonna say in your 60s? Oh, I'm still working on this whole monogamy thing, But the interesting thing is, and I'm glad that, Teeth, aka Joel Santana, pointed it out. Like, you can't be like, I think Peter has a problem. He does have a problem. He has a problem with keeping his penis in his pants, right? But he said that, and then he said, but basically he was saying it's a contradiction, right? You want to go out and you want to do whatever it is that you want to do, right? But when you're in these relationships with these women, be it Tara or Amina or whoever came before them, right? Here's a good question though, because like I just said, we know Peter has a track record, right? When he got with Tara, was there another woman before Tara? Like, did Tara, because I just can't, like I said, just looking at Peter's track record, he was with Tara, but then he went and married Amina. So was Tara the other woman to another woman? Like, I don't remember if we ever knew that, but I'm pretty positive she was. No, nothing against Tara, nothing to, against Tara. I'm just going off of what Peter's track record has told us. But the fact that this old ass nigga is sitting there talking about he's still working on monogamy, Peter, like I said, you're in your 50s. The thing is, if you don't want to be in a monogamous relationship, that's fine, right? Nobody's sitting here saying that you have to be in a monogamous relationship. But the thing is, like I said, it's a contradiction. You don't want to be monogamous, but you want your partner to be monogamous to you, right? The thing is, you need to partner up with someone who has the same ideals and beliefs that you have, right? So if you believe in monogamy, you need to be with someone who then believes in monogamy. If you're someone who believes in polyamory, then be with someone who is polyamorous. Like, don't think that, oh, I'm in this monogamous relationship, she's gonna be faithful to me, but I don't have to be faithful to her, or he's faithful to me, I don't have to then be faithful to him. Don't string people along like that. That's fucked up. Get with someone who shares the same ideologies, the same ideals, values, and beliefs that you have, right? So like I said, if you are someone who is monogamous, partner up with someone that is monogamous. If you are polyamorous, poly, get with someone who is polyamorous, just like you. So that way, you guys can set the parameters of what the relationship is. You guys can set the parameters. Okay, so if you're gonna be with this person, you tell me when you're gonna go be with that person. I want to meet that person. And then when I meet that person, maybe me, and that person can do things together, right? That's what you do. That's what you do, not what Peter's done. But hey, I'm tired. I'm not gonna preach to you guys, right? That ain't what I'm about to do, right? So then we see Yo-Yo. So Yo-Yo is having a conversation with Amina, and she's asking Amina, like, do you think that you and Peter could ever get back together? And Amina's like, no, I don't think that me and Peter could ever get back together, right? She says, honestly, what I think it is that Peter wants to be back with Tara. And then Brook comes over, and Brook was like, I had to run away from Tara and from Shekinah, right? And they were like, why? And she says, because Shekinah is over there trying to tell Tara to get back with Peter. And Amina says, see, Yo-Yo, didn't I just say that? He wants her. I believe Peter might want Tara back, right? But let's just go back to what Peter just said. Peter says he's still learning to be monogamous. So if he gets back with Tara, Tara's going to be in the same situation once again, that Peter can't be faithful to her. So that's once again why I say Peter needs to find if Peter wants to be in a successful, healthy relationship, I didn't say committed, he wants to be in a successful, healthy relationship, then get with someone who has the same thoughts and beliefs that you have. If Peter wants to be with other women, then he needs to get with someone who then wants the same thing that he wants, right? So yeah. So we're gonna move on, you guys. So after the spa party, Erica got a notification, right? And this oh God, I really don't want to talk about this, right? But Erica got a notification about Safaree. So I guess Safaree was at a club or something, right? Club or bar, wherever, with some of his friends. So this woman must have sent him a drink over, right? And I guess after the woman sent him the drink over, he went over there and had conversations with the woman. So Erica is getting notifications that then Safaree sent the woman some roses, thanking her for the drink. I was like, huh? Actually, you know what? I do remember seeing a story like that on the blogs, because, oh no, that was from Love and Hip Hop season 10 when Erica tore that house apart. Again, I'm tired of these two, right? So Kimbella is right there beside Erica, and Kimbella is trying to calm Erica down and tell Erica, like, think things through before you actually do something. Erica was going a mile a minute with her fingers, texting him, going off on him. I'm like, yeah, I don't think that that's gonna work. Honestly, you guys, like I said, I'm tired of these two. I'm really tired of Erica and Safaree, right? So then we see Amina. So Amina, she got Erica. She's talking to Erica. She's having a conversation with Erica. So then, Amina tells her what her breaking point was for her with her relationship with Peter, right? Because Amina went through the same situation with Peter, where she would see things on the blogs about Peter and she would confront Peter about it. and she would have these same reactions that Erica had. But what was the breaking point for her was when her daughter came up to her and wiped the tears away from her face, right? So that was her breaking point. So then Mimi comes into the room, and Mimi is saying to Erica, I heard you screaming across the hall, so I just want to come in and check on you, right? So Mimi was trying to defend Safaree, and I don't think she was trying to defend Safaree in the way that Erica took it. I think she was just saying, basically, calm down, right? These men don't think about the things that they do when they do it. He did this before he came here, right? But once he's been here, he's been trying to win his wife back. He ain't trying to win shit back because he ain't never went anywhere and she ain't never went anywhere. Yes, she filed for divorce, but that is just a front. It's literally a front, I believe, you guys. Erica, however, did not want to hear what Mimi had to say, so she told Mimi to get out. So then we had this jam session. We hear, Brook, she's singing, Yo-Yo raps, Peter's rapping, Amina singing. It was fun up until the point where Shekinah got a notification about the flowers as well, and she wanted to confront Safaree. When she confronted Safaree, he didn't really answer the questions. He even had a conversation with Kimbella, and Kimbella's like, so are you gonna own, are you owning up to it? Like, he says, I don't know. I'm tired of them. Like I said, you guys, I'm over Eric and Safaree. Over them. Literally over Eric and Safaree at this point, you guys. I can't with those two. So then, out of nowhere, Cisco brings his drunk ass over and wants to pull Safaree to the side to have a conversation with him about this situation with him not showing up to Deb's party. I'm like, come on, Cisco. Read the room. I get you drunk, my dude, but please read the room. This ain't the time. This ain't the place for that. But and then him and Safaree got into it. Safaree, I don't know who you bucking up at. Have you not seen this nigga try to charge at Peter and Rich in the past? Nigga, he will hurt you. And he said that I will hurt you, Safaree. But that's it, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Please subscribe to the channel, you guys. Turn on your notification bell button so you guys are notified when I drop anything else. Share the video, you guys. And until the next one, please stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Remember to wash your hands, wear a mask, guys. Socially distance, be blessed. And I'll catch you guys later. Bye, guys.